what I'm gonna start off to say is welcome everybody and let everybody know this is a actual presentation that will go forth through Legacy Collaborative Senior Village in partnership with DC Aging Department. Well, no, let me pronounce that correctly. Department of Aging and Community Living, right?
DACA.
DACA, as well as we have Mr. Bobo, who is I want to say the commissioner. Are you the
He's the
president?
chairman.
You're the chairman.
Yeah.
Get the gravel out. Bam. The chairman of the Commission on Aging, and definitely a well-respected person as just personality in Ward 8. So I'm glad to have you and Miss Gloria and anyone else that's on this call. And
Christine Jester.
oh, hey, Christine, welcome. So I would just at this particular time, I'm going to turn it over to Miss Allison Thompson from DACL so that she can present or and introduce the two individuals we have and their organizations. And
Okay.
I'm going to go on mute.
Oh, okay. Hello, folks. So we're going to start with Reginald. And Reginald's going to talk about 10 minutes. Just give the bullet points. And then Mr. Christopher Grayton will speak. And JC Cruz, you will be the last person. But remember, we're only going to do about 10 minutes because it's 11:30 now. And the program is officially over at 12. Thank you for hanging in there. We appreciate you.
Okay, everybody, good afternoon. My name is Reggie Reg. I'm the Metro Voice, baby. I'm going to give you some information that you want to hear today, baby. I'm glad you two or three folks came around to get this information because I'm ready to give it to you. I'll come anytime you want to get this information to you. I'm with Metro Voices. Actually, no, but hi, my name is Reggie Ward. So, Reggie Reg. So, basically, guys, I got some information to share with you about Metro Access. Through the pandemic, things have changed with Metro Access. For instance, one thing we do, our application process. What we do now, we request that you mail in the application. And what you do, you have your doctor complete the application, and you would put all the pertinent information that stating your disability, your illness. And once you do that, you would mail the application in. We would review the application, and we would let you know whether you received the Metro Access or not. Now, how you get the application? You get the application online. You would call 202-962-1100 and get the application sent to your home. Again, once you get the application, do not wait, don't hesitate. Have your doctor to complete the application, and then you mail the application into us, okay? Now, in order to get this program, Metro Access is a program basis. It allows people to, we travel throughout DC, Maryland, and Virginia. There's no age requirement. There's no income requirement. It's based upon disability. And the disability, we're talking about maybe a disability that prevents you from riding the bus and a train on a regular basis. For instance, you may ride the bus and a train sometime, but you can't ride it all the time. And we offer two types of eligibility: fully eligible, and conditional eligibility. Fully means that I got to ride Metro Access all the time because my disability would not allow me to ride the bus and the train. So conditional means I can ride the bus and the train sometimes, and other times I might need to ride Metro Access. For instance, if you're a person who's on dialysis, you may sometime after dialysis, you say, you know what, I can't ride the bus and the train. You can use Metro Access to take you on your trips. Or you may be a person who's going through chemo, and after chemo, I can't ride the bus and the train, but I can use Metro Access. So what you do on that application, again, I go back to the application, you have your doctor state specifically what your disability is, and that would determine on what type of eligibility you get in terms of riding Metro Access. Metro Access, the price of the trips do vary depending on where you're going and the time of day you're going. I think they can't cost you more than about $7.10, but it will take you throughout DC, Maryland, and Virginia. Wherever the Metro bus and rail goes, that's where Metro Access will take you. Okay? This application process, it normally takes about maybe 10 to 14 days before we get back to you. But on the application, because we do everything by mail now, we used to have you come in and we do an assessment there. We would check you out, but we're not doing that right now. But on the application, make sure you put a good address, a good phone number, a good email address, in case we have some question about your disability or illness. We can answer those questions. So again, it's very important that you that information. So we have to reach out to you. We can do that because we don't want you to say, well, you didn't respond to us. You got to have the right information. Again, now this program is not based on age or income. Some people say, well, just because you may be 80 years old, 80 years young, and you apply for Metro Access and you're in great health, you may not get it because you really don't need it because of your health. And then again, you may have somebody who's 23 years old and you said they got it because they have a serious disability or illness that would allow them to get it. So the bottom line, I'm telling you, have your doctor state your disability and illness so that you can get Metro Access. If you need the service, I would encourage you to apply for it if you need it. But it has to be, you have to have your doctor, you have to have your disability documented so that we would know that. And again, you can get the application online, or you can call us 202 962 1100, and we will send you that application so you can get the Metro Access application. Now, for you guys that uh, may not want Metro Access, you if you're 65 years young, you qualify for the Senior Smart Trip card, which that card gives you a discount on the bus and the train every day of the year, 365 days a year. You have to add money to the card. The card will cost you $2, but you add money to it. And instead of you paying full fare to ride the bus and the train, you'd only pay half fare to ride the bus and the train. That's what the Metro. That's what the Senior Smart Trip card. That's only for our seniors. But for the seniors that live out in Montgomery County, Prince George's County, and Virginia, those cards cost you $2. But if you're a DC resident, now what you could do when DC One reopen, you can get a senior smart card for DC One because that card, the senior smart card now is attached to the DC One card. And that's free for all DC residents are 65 years young. So if you're 65 years young and you want to get a DC and you have a DC One card, make sure it has a senior smart card attached to it. Now that card is free for you. It doesn't cost you anything. You just have to add money to the DC One card to ride the bus and the train. That's something that we partner with them on, and I think it's a good card that you can use for you guys that are not interested in using Metro Access and you don't have a disability, so you could get the DC One card from DC One, and you could begin using the Metro bus and rail system. Now, for those of you that ride in Metro, as of right now, the bus and the train, along with our Metro Access, you are required to wear a mask. Things are changing, but right now you are required to wear a mask, and we continuously cleaning our rail and our buses, and we're cleaning our vans as well. So we're making sure they're wiped down and clean. Also, for you that ride Metro Access, just to let you know, Metro Access currently right now is only current one passenger at a time. That's you, the driver, and if you have a PCA. So if you have a PCA, it'll be you, your PCA, and the driver. If you don't have a PCA, just be you and the driver. They take you to your destination and bring you back home. And that's what we're doing now. But again, things are changing. Restrictions are being loosened. So that Metro Act, that ride of riding by yourself, may come to an end sooner than later. So right now, we're not transporting two or three people, only one person at a time on our Metro Access van. So if you are interested in Metro Access, you think about that program. Again, you can apply for this program, and this program price do vary. But my colleague Chris will tell you about his program, which is kind of tied to Metro Access, which is cheaper. So I encourage you to look at both programs and consider what is best for your situation. But again, I want to thank you for your time. And this is Reggie Reg signing out, baby. Thank you so much for your time. Metro Voices is over and out.
Hey, Reggie.
Yes, ma'am.
Um, One thing, the DC, what is it?
The
The
DC One
one
card?
card. I
Yes.
don't think they're doing it anymore.
Alice, the last time I checked, they're doing it, but if you they'll renew your card for you, but DC One has
Yeah, they closed up.
closed for the pandemic. But she said, I talked to Keith, she said they're gonna reopen as soon as the pandemic. That's what I was told a few
And they're
weeks ago.
gonna still do it because
Yeah,
they gave me.
they said they're still gonna do it unless they change, Alice, in the last week or
Okay,
so.
because I know they said they're not going out and making any more new DC one cards.
No, they're not right now because of the pandemic. But if you had an old card, they would send you a
They will
replacement.
honor it. That's good.
Yes,
Okay.
but once we get back to our norm, things get normal. They do plan on still issuing the new card, the DC One card for
Okay.
DC residents with the senior smart card attached to it, which is a good feature for the DC resident. Okay.
Okay, that's great.
Again, thank you so much. If you have any questions, I'll be hanging around and you can feel free to ask. Thank you, guys.
Okay, Mr. Christopher.
Oh, all right. Good morning. And thank you, Reggie, for handing it off to me. I'm Reggie's agent, by the way. I handle all his bookings. So if you need him in the future, you can just contact me, Chris Gray. Okay, so yeah, my name is Christopher Graydon. I'm with DC Yellow Cab, and I'm representing the Transport DC program. And if you're familiar with Metro Access, then you know that you have to register with Metro Access and the whole process that Mr. Reginald Ward talked about. Uh, so once you get registered with Metro Access, you have and you live in the District of Columbia, then you automatically are put into the Transport DC program, which means you already have access to this. So if you're on the call and you're registered with Metro Access, you're in the Transport DC program. So why would you want to use this program as opposed to using Metro Access sometimes? Because of course Metro Access takes you to DC, Maryland, and Virginia, but this program is a DC based program. So why would you want to use it? Well, one reason is you're only going to pay $5 for the trip. It's an on-demand program, which means that you call for a taxi, you set up the time that you want to be picked up. So it's completely up to you when you want to ride, what time of day, that type of thing. And even you can even choose the vehicle type. So it's the type of program that has lots of flexibility with your booking, and it's not restricted to any time of day. So that's why it's kind of a very popular program in the District of Columbia. So I'll reiterate what the process is. So first you want to do is you want to call Metro Access, and I'll give you a number to call. If you want to write this down, it's 202-962-1100. That's again, it's 202-962-1100. That number will allow you to speak with the Metro Access staff about inquiring about registering as a Metro Access user, the same things that Mr. Ward talked about. Um, and once you get registered with Metro Access, they're going to send you your Metro Access ID card. That ID card is important because it's going to have a Metro Access ID number. That number is located on the list of roughly 15,000 users that are registered in this program. Again, these are Metro Access DC residents that are registered in this program. And so every month, we make sure that the people that are registered with that ID number are on the list before we book the trip. So it's important that you have that with you when you call. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to call 1-844-322-7732. That's 1-844-322-7732. That's the telephone number for booking Transport DC trips. And again, this is on demand, but it's also a 24-hour telephone number. So you can call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and you can book at will, telling us what time, where you want to go. Now, what can you use this for? Oh, I also have to reiterate, there are 3 cab companies in this program, but when you call, you have to use the 800 number to call for booking. You cannot call it directly. It's restricted by the guidelines of the Department of Hire Vehicles under this program called Transport DC. So you cannot call us directly, but you must call the 844 number. Now, again, where can you go? Well, this program is used from the 1st to the 15th of the month. You can use it for anything whatsoever. You can go see your friends, go to the store, go to the movies if they're open nowadays, if whatever you want to do. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, you can book it on demand. And all you're paying is $5 for the taxi cab. It'll come to your door. Now, one thing you want to keep in mind is this is from DC to DC. So DC pickup to a DC destination, which means it has to start in DC and end in DC. Okay? Because we don't go to Maryland, we don't go to Virginia with this program. But again, all you're paying is $5. Now, how many people can ride in the taxi with you? You can bring up to 2 passengers with you at no additional cost, which means you will be able to book book a trip for yourself and 2 other people, and all you're paying is $5 for the trip. And remember, it's $5 for each stop, so $5 one way. So $5 up and $5 back. Okay, so make sure you have enough. Now, also with this program, from some of the questions from previous meetings, they always ask, how do you pay? You can pay by cash, you can pay by credit card, completely up to you. And so whatever you have on you to pay, as long as it's legal tender, the driver will take it. So again, you can call 1-844-322-7732 to book the trip. Make sure you have a Metro Access ID card with you. And make sure when you call, remember I said the 3 taxi companies, make sure you listen to the name of the company when you call. Because you want to be sure who's coming, you want to know who's coming to pick you up. Because the city's taxes are all red now, so you want to make sure you pay attention to the name of the company so you don't get into the wrong car. So when you get into the car, make sure you have your ID ready. You're going to show that to the driver, because that's required by Metro Access. And you just confirm your destination and go to your destination. Simple as that. Now, from the 16th until the end of the month, the program is restricted, only because it's a budgeted program, so you don't want to go over every month. We want to make sure it lasts all year long, so it's budgeted. So from the 15th, I'm sorry, from the 16th until the end of each month, it's restricted to medical appointments and places of employment. But medical appointments and places of employment are done all month long as well. So it's not restricted just to that. It's just from the 16th to the end of the month. Now, if you volunteer somewhere, I always make sure people know this because you're retired, but you're still working, but you're volunteering. You can include that as a place of employment. It's just unpaid employment. Okay. So make sure when you call that you register that with the operator, with any one of the cab companies, and they can do that for you. And then from that point forward, you just give your place of employment when you book your trip. Now, also, if you need wheelchair accessible, or some type of sedan, if we have that capability, just request that and we'll send it to you. It's important for wheelchair accessible that you say that on the call, because if we send you a sedan, it's gonna be delayed because we have to send you the right vehicle, and that vehicle may be assigned to someone else. So make sure that when you book, that you say wheelchair accessible. And also important, we always say if you're booking for wheelchair accessible or anything, try to book in advance, because we don't have as many wheelchair accessible vehicles in our fleet. We have a large amount, but of course they're overutilized. So we want to make sure that you're not waiting. So if you can at all possible, book in advance, but you can book right away as well. But it's probably better if you book in advance so we can plan it and get you the driver on the time when you're leaving your location. Okay, so there's no waiting. But yeah, but if you have any questions, I'll give you my telephone number. It's 202-420-7520. 202-420-7520. And if you have any questions about the Transport DC program that I didn't cover, if you think of something afterwards, give me a call. I'll try and walk you through it. And you have a wonderful day. That's all I have.
Thank you. Any questions for Chris? No? Okay, Mr. Cruz, you ready?
Oh, do I have to unmute myself? Okay, good morning, everyone. I think well, it's almost afternoon. Thank you so much for inviting Homeland Security and Emergency Management, known as HSCMA. The reason that we are here is because we are a government agency, and the reason that HSCMA is vital in the District of Columbia, because after any emergency or any situation that has to do with emergency, the first call is to HSCMA. That means after the government closed between 9 to 5, everything is running by HSCMA. And also we are the biggest funding provider for all the funding for the Maryland, Virginia, and Washington. Hello? Yeah. In case of any emergency or anything has happened, Homeland Security and Emergency Management, we are open 24/7. And if you after hours, you need to reach out somebody that is on call for, supervisor for any situation in the government, we have a 24-hour call center. Or any particular, agency leader, they can be reached to the number. It's a telephone number, it's a 202-727-6161. Anything that is related by emergency, if it's a fire, if you cannot go through to the 911, you can call directly to 727-6161. And they are the one to coordinate anything with American Red Cross is directly, because when the 311 get the call, they have to transfer to them, and they are the one to make the dissemination, to send the inspector. Anything is the coordination coming from HSCMA. That means sometimes to avoid, time, you can go directly to them, but that is when they are after hours operation. We coordinated everything related to the pandemic, and right now, I was trying to bring the website that everybody can be familiar to the website. But when you had a chance, please take a look. It's at hscma.dc.gov, and through this website, any vital information that has to do through the mayor or any vital information is going to be in the website. If you need to get permit to close or block any street, you have to go to the HSCMA, and everything is in the website. Our 24-hour number again is a 727-6161. And is any question for me so far? Okay, well, it's 11:49. Alice,
Yes.
I only have 1 minute. That means is anything else that you? Thank you for.
You have up until, well, wait a minute, Mr. Cruz. Bobo, did you want to say anything?
No, not at this time.
All right, Mr. Cruz.
Mhm.
You have about 5 more minutes. Please put on your camera so people know who you are.
Okay, thank you.
Alice,
Yes.
I know you've informed them about the state DC and
Uh-huh.
all the help that that provides for the seniors and the citizens of DC.
Mm-hmm.
I know I talked to Miss Pierce this morning,
Yeah,
and she
Hattie.
said they're assisting seniors to make sure that all the seniors catching up on their back rent and their back utilities before that program expires.
Yes.
So we're encouraging everybody to stay with that stay DC as possible.
Yeah. See, that's what Office of the People's Council was saying. They're not using the program like they should. The people not taking the time to apply for it. I don't know what's going to happen.
No, well,
Alice,
we think that a lot of the seniors are having difficulties understanding the applications. So
Oh.
that's why we're asking like these villages and other community programs to assist them
Mm-hmm.
in filling out the applications.
Katrina. Wait a minute. Katrina. Maybe you ought to send an email to Katrina. Bobo.
Okay,
Yeah. Let Katrina know. Because her unit is a
okay,
village.
I'll forward it. I'll forward it to her.
Yeah, let her know.
Okay.
Okay, Mr. Cruz, we need to see you.
yeah. The thing is, I can do it.
You
You have to
can't?
do it. No, you have to do it. Or that person that is.
No. All you do is hit the
I do it, but he said, more, and later he said I have to.
no. All you do is hit where there's it looks like a video camera.
Yeah.
Video
No, I
camera,
know.
and it will show you.
Yeah, mine doesn't. I think it has to come from you this time.
No, are you on a laptop?
Yes, I am.
Are you on a? If you're on a laptop, your laptop's supposed to have a camera.
Yeah,
how do
mine
you
does.
you say it does?
But the button is showing over here, but I cannot click on it.
Okay, well, go ahead and finish
Anytime.
talking, but you should be able to.
Anytime that I click, it says rename. That means the person that it was doing the recording is, give it a
That's
person.
hard.
But as
Anyway,
I say,
Mr. Cruz, are you saying HESMA?
HSEMA, yeah, it's a Homeland Security and Emergency Management.
Okay, thank you.
And one thing through the agency that is vital is that you can reach any official directly from them. They have in the 24-hour call center that we have, we deal with all the emergency, but in any reason, it's something that has to step it up for any supervisor for the American Red Cross, or if it's any fire, or it's a restaurant that they have to be closed or things like that, they can go. They have all the information, anything to reach anybody in the city during the after hours. And I primary thing is from Homeland Security and Emergency Management is prevention and education. That is the part that we do, and it's to invite the resident to be prepared in case of any emergency. Right now we are dealing with the epidemic, that we're still under the epidemic. We keep embracing and follow the restriction of the mayor that we should be continue wearing the mask, and everybody should be vaccinated, except to everybody, but it's not mandatory, but we need to keep encourage everybody to get vaccinated in the District of Columbia. Another important thing, everybody should be registering for Alert DC. Alert DC is a notification directly from the officials in case of any emergency. Like, for instance, if it's a shooting uh, in downtown DC and you head into downtown and you've been registered for Alert DC, email is gonna pop up. If you are in your desk, it's gonna show up as an email. If you have your phone, it's gonna show up as a text, and it's gonna tell you what to do in the protection action. That means, our job is to save life and properties, and it's what we are here for. Uh, that means, if you, in case of any emergency, I'm aware that the resident, the difference between 911 and 311, no? 911 is for clearly emergency. Remember, whatever is an emergency for you, maybe it's not emergency for me. That means you made that call, you made that decision. Because one phone call can save life. That means, let's keep in mind, sometimes, we don't want to, we think, well, we can bother, we not bother anybody, you know. Uh, it's our job, it's our goal, is to save life and properties. Uh, I don't know. We are located in Martin Luther King in Southeast in Ward A as well. Uh, in you know, if you're a group of people they want to get tour to the agency and stuff like that, also we can ask for that, and we can take people to see how they coordinate the emergencies in the capital. Maryland, Virginia, and Washington is coordinated to this agency. Uh, After that, I don't know what else. I invite everybody to visit our website. That is hsema.dc.gov. And I hope, you know, we learned something. Así que anything else, I don't know, you ask me or, and I'm sorry, I cannot open the camera. It's something that
Well,
is.
Mr. Cruz, question. You
Mhm.
need to, well, this is a suggestion. Tell folks what do they do in case of a disaster. Like we had a real bad storm last night,
Ajá.
and folks in other parts of our area, they really caught it, trees falling and that type of thing. So, what do you suggest that people should do when it's a really bad storm or hurricane?
Yeah, the first key of the prevention is knowledge, no, and it's what we do in this kind of presentation to bring information to the community, because that is the first step before any emergency can strike. But in case of hurricane season, we have to be prepared because it starts June 1st. But yesterday was a really bad storm. Uh,
Hmm.
we have to prepare. Whatever we prepare for today is for tomorrow. That means, reading, one thing that we can do, going in the website, and take a look what we can do in case of a storm, you know, or, that is, we have this leadership that is called is a disaster. It's anything you need to know in case of any natural disaster or man-made disaster. And the booklet is also on the website. Uh, One thing that I can wait when they open up that we can go to fairs or participation in the community is to bring more information, because this is what we do, educational part, to educate the community, how to save life and property, and bring the material, but the resident, they have to take a look and and read, because emergency can strike in any moment. And if it's, as I say, if it's an emergency that you feel that, that you need a fire department, whatever it is that you need, call 911. There's no question about it. But in the moment, the most important thing is that you look out for you and be safe.
Well, thank you, Mr. Cruz.
You're welcome, Miss Alice.
Excuse me, I have to leave because I'm going to another presentation at 12 o'clock.
All right.
But
Thank you so much for coming on. We're going to be leaving too.
the Penn
Yeah.
Branch chapter hopes to be on Zoom by September. in which case I will, Mr. Cruz was with us a couple of years ago, at which time I'll try to get all of you to come and present to our
Oh, so
chapter.
you are going to be on Zoom in September?
Hopefully by September or October, yeah, they're trying to get everybody's email addresses so that they can do that.
Okay.
Oh, that's good.
So,
Okay.
all
Okay.
right, so bye-bye, everybody. Have a
All
good
right.
day.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you. But Alice,
Yes.
Have a great day.
what is
Have a
the
great day.
email for Katrina Paul? This ain't work.
Oh, I'll send it to you.
Oh, okay.
I'll send it to you.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Hey, bye, folks.
thank you.
Thanks,
Bye
everyone.
bye.